Several years ago, when I was in my graduate program, there was a cohort of women that we all got along and we were nearly done. We were almost ready to graduate, and tragedy struck one of my classmates. Suddenly she lost her dad, and she had been incredibly close to her dad, and it was such a big loss for her. Probably a year before that, I would have just, kind of said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and then kept going about my day. But we had just experienced two really hard losses in our family, and I just felt compelled by the Lord to just reach out to her and to say, you used to talk about your dad all the time, and I know this is a really hard loss. I never knew your dad. Would you be willing to just get together, and anytime you want to, maybe tell me about your dad? And so I went over to her house, and she had pictures, and she had her wedding video on the screen, and she was ready. And for hours I sat at her house, and she told me all about her dad. And it was in that moment that I realized we had this connection that we hadn't had for 2 years, and all of a sudden we were able to relate to each other through tragedy and through grief. And ever since then, she has since moved away from Waco, but we still keep in touch through an app where we're able to record videos to each other. And every single time I record a video to her, she will respond to me and say, "Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I needed to hear," or "That was so helpful," or "You encouraged me." And every time I'm like, Lord, I don't know what I said on that video that meant so much to her, but yet over and over and over again for years, the Lord has used me in her life to be a light. And it reminds me of what we taught our tiniest FX campers this summer, ages 3 to 5, that when life gets dark, we shine Jesus's light. And that's what I've been doing for years in her life, is shining the light of Jesus. Being that person to somebody, the person that they know they can go to, that will speak truth, that will speak light, that will speak joy into their life circumstances that might not seem so joyful, can really position us well to actually have a relationship of meaning, a life-giving relationship to her and to me, because she will encourage me. And that's what life-giving relationships are. They are our opportunity to open ourselves up, to almost get out of the way and let God work through us in the life of somebody else. God is sovereign, and He is going to use us if we're willing to trust Him and let Him use us in the lives of other people.